Welcome to the Benz Nightshow. It is the 5th of January 2021 and this is our episode number 58. Welcome, Kaisonan. And as usual, please watch our headlines below and then our updates later on. Okay, and so welcome. Okay, so daghan kayong nahitabo the rape of Angelica Dacera, the corrupt phone call of President Trump to the Secretary of State of the state of Georgia in the United States, and I can't believe it, the illegal, because it's against the law, vaccination of the PSG guards because it's without the authority of the Food and Drug Administration, and according to them, no authority from the president. So they're trying to shield the president from it. It's a guy very unthinkable. So we're also waiting for your chats kung nakadungong ba di karon. Ari kita sa atong weather. It's now ato ning tanawon makaigsunan ha. Full screen ako ni kay di na ko mabasa sa akong forecast for Cebu City. It is now 26 degrees Celsius with 20% of chance of rain until 10 p.m. and overnight the temperature will be 25 Celsius. So check. And our second weather channel. Okay, hourly weather of 10 p.m. 26 degrees Celsius, 9 p.m. also 26 degrees Celsius, all the way up to 1 a.m. and 1 a.m. up to at least 7 a.m. 25 degrees Celsius. So it's a cold night actually. Okay. The world time, it's now 9:58 a.m. sorry 8:58 a.m. in New York. It is now 5:58 a.m. in Los Angeles, and it's now 1:58 p.m. in London, and Tokyo being 1 hour ahead, 10:58 p.m. Right. Again. Okay. Right. So let's go to our updates. Now sa mga market updates, wala pa trading karon. The Dow Jones closed yesterday at 30,223.89. It's down by 382 points. If you look at the chart below, you see the hour by hour change yesterday. At midday, it was very low and then it recovered a little bit closing at 3223.8. That's the Dow Jones Industrial Average in Dow Jones Industrial Average in the New York Stock Exchange. Okay. And the gold, why is the gold okay, the Brent, okay, X headlines, where are your headlines? All right, gold trading. Gold trading 1,000 taas pa nigmayo 1,951.9 US dollars per ounce. That's under the NYMEX, New York Mercantile Exchange. 1,052. So nakasakaning gold. Foreign exchange in the Philippines, US dollar 48.02, Japan 0.46, British pound 66.1, Hong Kong dollar 6.10, 6.19, Swiss franc 54.48, Canadian dollar 37.58, Singapore dollar 36.37, Bahrain dinar 127.4, Saudi Arabian Riyal 12.80, and the Euro 58.836. This is as of January 5, reference exchange rate bulletin from the central bank. And the headlines as of this minute: if the year 2020 was the year to buy the rumor, quote unquote, maybe 2021 is the time to sell the rumor. Manay mga taglines gikan sa mga analysts and investors. Oil prices rise on Iran worries as OPEC plus talks continue. Nadok lagi ni ang United States nga ang Iran manimaus sa pagpatay sa ilang general last January 2020. Sa laing bahin, global markets awaits Georgia results as coronavirus woes weigh on Europe. Sabot ni ang mga stock markets karon makaigsunan nagbantay sa results sa senatorial runoff elections sa state of Georgia in the United States. Duha na ka seats, senatorial seats from the state of Georgia, the United States, ang makadaog ana mo na yung makontrol sa entire Senate sa United States. So kani silang duha. Kaya murag ang existing karon murag 48, 49, 50, but 48, 49. Gold prices extend climb to an 8-week high as stocks weaken. So gikan sa stock market, ang mga investors they go into the safe haven called gold. Dow futures edge lower after shocks. See first decline to start a year since 2016. So ang first trading market was yesterday nila sa US. Yesterday na to rest day nila Monday nila ito away sa natong 12 hours. So it ends lower. So it's the first decline for the first day of trading in a particular year since the year 2016. Okay. O, kumusta itong mga charters? Si Felipe Menyosa from Talamban, Ana Baclayon Bungkaras, naminaw po nato ron. Emilia Oraiz Kenny, naminaw po nato ron. Salamat yung pagpaminaw. So please share our stream to your Facebook friends and to your YouTube friends. Okay. So let's go to our daily updates. Daily updates coronavirus data. Okay, here we can see the global number of cases. Here we can see the deaths. Worldwide, the total number of cases is 85,827,486. Ospon ako, 85,827,486 cases worldwide, and the estimated cases should be around times 10. This number should be around 858 million already worldwide, because the estimated that only 10% are usually reported. Ang deaths in the US, 353,662. Ang deaths worldwide is 1,856,288. 1,856,288. Ang United States, ang cases count sa United States is, grabe ha, dali ara. It's already 20,824,710. 20,824,710. Deaths in the United States has reached 353,632. Grabe, more than 350,000 man. 353,632, and all of this death could have been avoided if the Americans followed simple protocols like wearing masks, social distancing, and cleaning your hands all the time. Ang second highest number of cases is almost one half that of the US is India with 10,356,000. India's deaths 149,000. But India, of course, has a population of 900 million, while the US only has a population of about 360 million. So we're talking about 1/3. The United States has 1/3 the population of of India, and yet US cases are about double times to 100% more than India, and the deaths in India is also the deaths in India is also about 100% more than India, because India has deaths of only 149,050. Of course, you cannot say only 449,000 because that's a huge amount of deaths in India. The third nation, the United States, 20.8 million, India, 10.4 million cases, Brazil, 7.75 million, Russia, one half that of Brazil, is about 3.25 million cases, United Kingdom, 2.7 million cases, France, 2.7 million cases, and Turkey, 2.26 million cases. Now let's go to the Philippines. Philippines now has 479,693. 479,693 cases. And the deaths in Philippines, grabe, 9,321. Now let's go to Japan. Japan now has 253,468 cases, and the deaths in Japan, 3,514 cases. Japan, South Korea. South Korea, naapsan niya in Singapore. South Korea, 64,979 cases, and deaths in South Korea, 1,007 deaths. While in Singapore, there are 58,749 cases. Naapsan sa South Korea ang Singapore. So, Singapore still has only 58,749 cases. Ang deaths in Singapore still only 29 deaths. And then let's go to Taiwan. Taiwan, 817 cases. Taiwan, 817 cases. And deaths in Taiwan, only 7 deaths so far since the beginning. Only 817 cases in Taiwan, then 7 cases. So that's how Taiwan is properly managing it. And of course, let's go to Hong Kong. Still, I'm not sure why Johns Hopkins does not produce a separate Hong Kong number. Hong Kong has Hong Kong has 9,049 cases. 9,049 cases. The deaths in Hong Kong already 153 deaths in Hong Kong. 153 deaths. So, I don't know. 153 deaths. Is that something good or bad? It's not something good or bad, but okay ba na makaigsunan? Pero I say it's good, considering it has a population density of 98,000 people per square kilometer. 98,000 people per square kilometer. Right, so let me see. Og si Kuanday. Jennifer Espiragoza Ricarte. Namin na po na ron. Good PM and Happy New Year. Now, mag-discuss na ako sa case ni Angelica Ika Dasira. Pero discuss sa may Angie sa niya siguro, no? Sige lang. And ang next problem ro na to makaigsunan kining kang Trump. Naunsa man ni si Trump? Unsan man si Trump ay very wait. Ang kuan ni Trump ba? Ang iyabang behavior corrupt kay no? Klaro kay corrupt ang iyang intentions. He was trying to influence, I think it's only violation of federal law, trying to influence the outcome of the elections. In fact, he asked the state secretary to fabricate data. By telling him, fine me 11,780. Grabe. Bagdi katuan. Sa United States ko no, one American dies from COVID-19 every 33 seconds as the vaccine rollout hits snags. Na may vaccine, naghinay pa yun. So, one American dies every 33 seconds. Grabe yan, eh. Every 33 seconds. So, wala di lang ka malubong. Di na malubong ang makuha nito. Di ala, pabadlong pa mga Americans. Kamang bueno, pabadlong di agad. Di mo patuo ba? Nga, kung alam mo, try to wear a mask, social distancing, and don't go out if it's not necessary. Stay at home. Ang UK Prime Minister, nag-impose na siya og harsh lockdown tungod sa bagong UK variants sa COVID-19. We're entering year 2 of the pandemic. Sakto kay December 31 man to gi-announce 2019. So, January actually 2020 sugod tong pandemic. So, we're now entering year 2. So, 1 year has passed. And US could be missing important coronavirus mutations due to dismal rates of genetic sequencing. Usa ka British man who is already 91 years old says there's no point dying now. So nakakuha siya sa second dose sa COVID-19 vaccine. Ang second dose given man after the third week. Sa Los Angeles County, Los Angeles, California, gignan ko no ang county ambulance crews. Mga crew sa ambulansya, gignan. Not to transport patients with little chance of survival. Don't transport patients with little chance of survival. Ang Harry Potter actress nga si JC Cave ningingon that her baby has COVID-19. Kuya, yung baby na COVID-19. Ita. Isod kayo. Yung baby na COVID-19. Loy na. Ang Europe nag-start sa year 2021 by extending lockdowns as coronavirus cases spiral. That means to say, after 1 year, we have not mastered the curve. Master the curve. Alam mo, GT Benz, ako na ako'y, today, I have one COVID-19 patient. So, kung na nakainom, hopefully tomorrow makarecover na siya. Nurses describe their hope and assurance after being fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. Then hopefully it works on them, huh? Yan sa kababay, she had lost her dad and uncle to COVID-19, pero ang Trump sigingon nga exaggerated ang virus. It's an insult matter pa niya. Kaya nanghirit ang papos Trump. New York's governor dili mayor. New York's governor wants to make it a crime to sell or administer COVID-19 vaccines to people trying to skip the line, or sa British pa na, jump the queue. Sa US, line. One kita sa Philippines, line san, pero sa British and Europe, they say queue. Queue up. You know, dili line up, queue up. Kaya ang line, magod linya. Ang queue means there's a queue. Linya. One drunk taxi driver refused to wear a face mask, so his driver took him to the police station. The first patient has received the Oxford University AstraZeneca vaccine in what the UK Health Secretary called a real pivotal moment. Kay ang nabi niya, ang Moderna, ang Pfizer, pero ang Oxford AstraZeneca, wala pa. So, man na niron. Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced a national lockdown for England kagahapon. The US has administered more than 4.5 million vaccines. Like, 20 million ilang gitarget. But it is lagging behind in some other countries as hospitalizations continue to surge following the holidays, Thanksgiving, and of course Christmas. Countries around the world have implemented restrictions and travel bans for the UK to contain a new COVID-19 variant first reported in England. Ang China nag-approve na sa Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine and promises free shots for all Chinese citizens. Yeah. More complicated than buying a car, and the French politician criticizes the speed of the vaccine rollout. Hinay ka dito sa France. The head of France's Great East region has described the perceived slow rate of the COVID-19 vaccinations in the country as a state scandal. Kini mga kuan ka politiko, scandal. Sensationalized din ba? According to the latest data, on January 1, 516 people have been vaccinated in the country. The first shot was administered in France on December 27. At the beginning of December, French Prime Minister Jean Castex said that 1 million people would be vaccinated by the end of January. Ang New York mismo, New York State surpasses 1 million COVID-19 cases. Ang New York State nakasurpass na sa 1 million COVID-19 infections over the weekend, according to state and Johns Hopkins University data, becoming the fourth state in the US to reach 1 million. Ang European regulator, the European Medicines Agency, EMA, moves meeting on Moderna vaccine up to today. The European regulator has moved up its meetings to discuss possible approval for Moderna's coronavirus vaccine from Wednesday originally to Monday. The European Medicines Agency spokesperson said. Samtang ang White House vaccination chief acknowledges the lag in vaccinations. White House vaccine chief Monsif Slawi said he agrees there's a lag in vaccinations across. More than 4.2 million had been given the first dose of coronavirus vaccines as of Monday morning nila at the time last night Monday evening, and 13 million doses had been distributed. Most of Scotland will enter lockdown at midnight nila last night. Most of mainland Scotland will be subject to stay-at-home orders starting at midnight Tuesday sa ilang time. Ato afternoon na to. Kay plus 8 man da. 8 a.m. na to. Midnight nila. Ganina, Tuesday. Sturgeon announced that he is the Scottish First Minister. Sturgeon announced the order to the Scottish Parliament Monday afternoon, saying it will be similar to the lockdown of March last year. 1 year ago dito, no? Someone has died. Of COVID-19 every 30 seconds in the US alone, not the world, in the US over the past week. The United States has seen an average of 1 death related to COVID-19 every 33 seconds over the past week. There were 18,462 deaths reported in the past week from December 28 to January 3, an average of more than 2,600 deaths per day. And December was the United States, deadliest month of the pandemic. 77,572 deaths total, or just more than 2,500 deaths per day on average. In comparison, the month of November saw 36,964 deaths, April saw 60,738, and May saw only 41,730 deaths. That's in the United States. The New York City, not New York State, New York City wants to vaccinate all first responders and educators in the next few weeks, according to the mayor. So, nailangi pa na. O naminat lang ito si Juanito Monteroyo, o si Yanix Cindy. California nurse receives second dose of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. A nurse in California is one of the first to receive the second dose of the COVID-19 Pfizer vaccine this morning. Si Helen Cordova, an intensive care unit nurse or ICU nurse at Kaiser Permanente, Los Angeles, was visibly exuberant under her mask as she sat in the patient's chair. Matud pa niya, the second dose is getting closer to immunity and it is comforting. Now ni Cordova, Pinay ba ni? Isa maklaro na to. Pwede sa ni siya kuan. Mexican. Og si Dr. Anthony Fauci nag-ingon, he wants to look at data before commenting on half doses of Moderna vaccine. Kaya instead kuno of 2 doses, like every first dose today and then 3 weeks later second dose, pwede pa kuno pulos first dose lang para makakuha na pa maka-save ta ba, we'll have more half doses. Pwede ba kana? Si Monsif Slawi, Chief Scientific Advisor to the Operation Warp Speed, said the FDA will meet this week to consider giving half doses to people aged 18 to 55. Ate ba igot? Sakto ba ng half dose yun? First dose ba? UK coronavirus alert level should move from level 4 to level 5, matod pa sa New England Medical Director and its officers. That's the National Coronavirus Alert level should be moved from level 4 to level 5. Para bitawan ako, mapay mag-level number ta. Doon nga yung suggest na, okay? This, what ba kung sila printas GCQ o MACQ o MMCQ? CDC says already 15.4 million coronavirus vaccine doses were distributed in the US, but so far only 4.5 million people have been immunized. So nag-stock up rin na wala din magamit. Ano man, siya nakadugay na. Diba siya nakadugay? Texas Congresswoman tests positive for COVID-19. So, kita bang tanan magpa-test ng rapid test? Ay, tanong to na nasakit na ba tas unag wa pa? Republican Representative Ray Granger has tested positive for the coronavirus, and when she arrived in DC in the beginning of 117th Congress, she was tested for coronavirus in accordance with the attending physician's guidance for members when traveling from their home states. She was later notified that she tested positive and immediately quarantined. Pero nakamit na siya sa mga kauban niya Republicans. Ano yung problema na? Scientists worry mutations in COVID-19 variant first seen in South Africa may affect vaccine response. So, na COVID variant dito sa UK, napoy bag-o nga variant or strain dito sa Africa. Ay, sa African variant. While that variant shares the same in 501Y mutation as another variant first identified in the United Kingdom, it also has other mutations called E484K and K417N. They affect the spike protein, the part of the virus that attaches to the cells it infects. Only 4 states have administered at least half of their COVID-19 doses. 4 states out of 50. Sa laing bahin, 130 New York city school buildings are closed due to the COVID-19 cases. Sa laing bahin, ang COVID-19 cases are rising in the Georgia County where Trump will hold a rally tonight. Sa county, Whitfield County, Georgia, where President Trump will headline a Republican rally Monday night or Tuesday morning nato today, ahead of Tuesday's runoff election, January 5 ang election, as the second highest coronavirus case rate in the state and one of the highest in the country. Sa laing bahin, upstate New York man has tested positive for the UK strain of the COVID-19 virus. Matod pa sa governor, yan dili ra po pa travel history. So in other words, nakuha ni siya. Did not travel. So it's a strain source, community source. Stocks stumble on the first day of trading of 2021. Here's how things ended up sa Wall Street kagahapon. The Dow Jones closed 1.3%. Standard & Poor's 500 fell 1.5%. The Nasdaq Composite also ended down 1.5%. Sa laing bahin na naroy 6 cases of the UK variant reported in Southern California. Ito pa sa governor sa California. Sa laing bahin, ang UK daily virus cases represent new record high as England enters into their third national lockdown. O sa laing bahin, ang Johnson & Johnson should have enough data by end of January to determine if its COVID-19 vaccine actually works. So, wala na po na ang vaccine. US hits record number of COVID-19 hospitalization. The United States reported 128,210 current COVID-19 hospitalizations sa ilang Monday. Tuesday evening na to. Monday morning nila, Monday evening na to. Monday evening nila, Tuesday morning na to. 1 in 5 Los Angeles residents getting tested for COVID-19 are testing positive. Grabe, 20%. A feared holiday surge of coronavirus infections has begun in Los Angeles County, where about 1 in 5 residents getting tested for COVID-19 are now testing positive. LA County Public Health Director Barbara Ferrer said COVID-19 hospitalizations in the country have reached an all-time high with 7,697 patients, 21% of whom are in ICU, and that is distressing, kuya. Ang FDA said people need both doses of coronavirus vaccines. Anyone who received the Moderna or Pfizer vaccine must get both doses. The top 2 U.S. Food and Drug Administration officials said. They said people who are speculating about the possibility of making do with just one dose are misinterpreting the data. Kinang ginamugdos. Sus niya, tagdos ng 3,000 usang duha. Na, nari na mo humanity. The hope for humanity is humanity effects. Michigan surpasses 500,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19. 500,000 naman. State of Michigan na. Grabe. Los Angeles ambulance crews told not to transport patients who stand little chance of survival. Sus, ay na lang, mamatay na magyapon eh. Ano, surya ba? Ito. Oops, sa mali. Whoop. What happened? Hey. Ang Mexico ni-approve na sa AstraZeneca, the Oxford one, vaccine for emergency use. Biden advisor says new administration will support states in COVID-19 vaccine rollout. It's not a handoff. Tabangan dyan kung dili kay itunol ra. Up to 29% more cases could be prevented by not withholding vaccine supply for second doses. Matod pa sa kadi. So, di na pwedeng half-half lagi dahil. Grabe sa. So, laing bahin magkaigsunan, nga rin nata sa kuan tamang taon ni si Trump. So, karong panahon na magkaigsunan, magsugod na ang vote sa Georgia. 10 a.m. naman ito, nagsugod na. Today's two crucial Georgia runoff elections will determine which party controls the Senate. So, kining duha ka seats sa Georgia, 2 seats, mo'y mo control sa Senate. Sa madaw ka na. Incumbent Republican Senate candidates Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue are facing off against Democratic rivals Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff. Democrats need to win both seats in Georgia and gain to force a 50-50 control in the Senate and gain control with Vice President Kamala Harris casting na tayo. So, kung ang score deron, pila man na score 48, someday 50 man. 48 deron. 100 mo na ka senators. So, 48. 100. So, pila man na existing karon 98 lagi di ay. Duha may kuwan. So, kung mudaog ang duha ka Democratic senatorial candidates in the state of Georgia, then it will be 50-50 in the Senate. There are 100 senators in the United States Senate. Kung kanang duha madag-an sa Georgia, then ma 50-50 ang Senate. Kung mapilde sila usa, ani, but just by one vote, mahimong 51-49. Mahimong 51-49 or 49-50. Isa 51-49 lagi din. Hindi ko kamadaan yan. Mahimong 49-51. I-add mo 100. So the Democrats must win both Georgia senatorial race seats in order to achieve 50-50 in the Senate. 50 Democrats, 30 Republicans. And then, ang Vice President mamay mo break og tie sa Senate. Sa entire Congress o sa Senate. Member kung tayo ang Vice President kay mo man siya presiding officer. So, ang buti pasabot niya na nga kung ma 50-50 ang Vice President si Kamala Harris na Democrat. So, mag-control na practically ang Senate. Kuya na ha? House Democrats say, the House of Representatives say, there could be very well criminal charges brought against Trump on the Georgia call. This lifelong Republican said he voted for Democrat for the first time in today's Georgia runoffs. Grabe, no? Saka resident, saka voter niya siya. Republican ko, pero for the first time, votar ko Democratic candidate. Yawa. The future of America's economy is also at stake in today's runoff election. Na to niya. By the way, katong Trump call. Ngita ko asa ta ka kuha ning ano. Call ni Trump. Washington Post. Kapleta, hopefully makapleta. Trump. Ito makita ba tag audio ni? Okay, let's see. Wait sa ato ning i-activate ang desktop. Ano mo ba ni? Ito ni ma-play. Tapa. Audio. Desktop audio. Ano to ni? Tumba. Let's see. Ano to mga to dire?
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
So, do ba ning kuan?
Now, do you think it's possible that they shredded ballots in Fulton County? Because that's what the rumor is. And also that Dominion took out machines. That Dominion is really moving fast to get rid of their machinery. Do you know anything about that? Because that's illegal.
This is Ryan, Germany. No, Dominion is not.
Do you know anything about that?
Fulton County, we're having.
Well, but
that's illegal. Ryan, Germany. No,
Dominion is not. Parts of the machine and replace them with other parts.
Ryan, Germany.
No. You sure, Ryan?
I'm sure.
You should want to have an accurate election.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have.
We have won the election in Georgia based on all this. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. With saying that, you know, the people of Georgia are angry. And these numbers are going to be repeated on Monday night, along with others that we're going to have by that time, which are
Okay, tempa. Okay, tempa. Pizza. Pizza. Pizza.
Georgia, based on all of this. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, Brad. Having a correct, the people of Georgia are angry. And these numbers are going to be repeated on Monday night, along with others that we're going to have by that time, more substantial even. And these numbers are going to... The people of Georgia are angry. The people along with others that we're going to have by that time. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, that you recalculated.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
Now, do you think it's possible that they shredded ballots in Fulton County? Because that's what the rumor is. And also that Dominion took... We have won this election in Georgia based on all of this. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, Brad. I mean, having a correct... The people of Georgia are angry. And these numbers are going to be repeated on Monday night, along with others that we're going to have by that time, Georgia, more substantial even. These numbers are going to be repeated on Monday night. The people of Georgia are angry, and there's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
Now, do you think it's possible that they shredded ballots in Fulton County? Because that's what the rumor is. And also that Dominion took out machines. That Dominion is really moving fast to get rid of their machinery. Do you know anything about that? Because that's illegal.
This is Ryan, Germany. No, Dominion has not moved any machinery out of Fulton County. We're having.
Well, but have they moved? Have they moved the inner parts of the machines and replaced them with other parts?
No.
You sure, Ryan?
I'm sure.
You should want to have an accurate election. And you're a Republican.
We believe that we do have an accurate election.
No, I know you don't. No, you don't. You don't have. Not even close. You're off by hundreds of thousands of votes. You know what they did, and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense. And you can't let that happen. That's a big risk to you and to Ryan, your lawyer. That's a big risk. But they are shredding ballots, in my opinion, based on what I've heard, and they are removing machinery, and they're moving it as fast as they can, both of which are criminal fines, and you can't let it happen, and you are letting it happen. I'm notifying you that you're letting it happen. So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state. So tell me, Brad, what are we going to do? We won the election, and it's not fair to take it away from us like this. And it's going to be very costly in many ways. And I think you have to say that you're going to re-examine it, and you can re-examine it, but re-examine it with people that want to find answers, not people that don't want to find answers. For instance, I'm hearing Ryan, and he's probably, I'm sure, a great lawyer and everything, but he's making statements about those ballots that he doesn't know. But he's making them with such, he did make them with surety, but now I think he's less sure, because the answer is they all went to Biden. And that alone wins us the election by a lot. So.
Mr. President, you have people that submit information, and we have our people that submit information, and then it comes before the court, and the court then has to make a determination. We have to stand by our numbers. We believe our numbers are right.
Well, under law, you're not allowed to give faulty election results, okay? You're not allowed to do that, and that's what you've done. This is a faulty election result. And honestly, this should go very fast. You should meet tomorrow because you have a big election coming up, and because of what you've done to the president, you know, the people of Georgia know that this was a scam. And because of what you've done to the president, a lot of people aren't going out to vote. And a lot of Republicans are going to vote negative because they hate what you did to the president. Okay? They hate it. And they're going to vote. And if you would be respected, really respected, if this thing could be straightened out before the election. You have a big election coming up on Tuesday.
Alright, so mo kato magigsunan ang 5-minute summary sa more than an hour. More than an hour nga conversation between Donald Trump and his staff on the other side and the State of Georgia Secretary of State and his lawyers on the other side, the state's lawyer on the other side. So obviously Trump is demanding votes. So mura mi si Trump of third world country. Grabe. It's unthinkable. And then the question is, who leaked that conversation? Sa akong tanaw, ang tape came from the White House side, not the Georgia side. Kay pagpaminaw ako sa quality sa vocals, quality sa sound sa recording, ang kang Trump nga voice sounds very near as if he was speaking to a speakerphone. But the sound of the State of Georgia Secretary of State o ang lawyers niya sounded not like they were compressed via the telephone. So, di ba kabantay tag makibaw gitag ang quality sa sound gikan sa is via the telephone because of the compression algorithm. So, in other words, this recording came from the White House. So, therefore, there's one patriotic staff in the White House that has leaked this copy of the conversation, the White House copy, to the press, to the Washington Post, WAPO. So, this is unthinkable nga maka una-una si Trump ani nga he's trying to influence, but again he was trying, he was doing corrupt thing sa kadong Ukraine nga military aid nga iyang gi-condition based on a political consideration like in investigating Trump, Biden and his son. So it's a pattern. Nya matod pa sa uban laging kuan nga we've gotten used to using the term unprecedented to Trump's misdemeanors or actions. Karon there's another more unprecedented than unprecedented. So it's actually pressuring Georgia officials to recalculate the vote. That means they are already influencing the outcome. And that is, I think, anywhere in the world, that is a crime. Yeah, that is a crime. Okay. So, anyway, grabe ning kuan eh. I don't know what will happen to Trump. I think Trump will go to jail within 6 months after leaving the White House. After leaving the White House. You know why? Because he will be indicted for crimes financial crimes and corruption he and his organization, the Trump organization, committed before Trump was president. Before Trump was president. So that pressure is completely illegal. It's an hour-long conversation about 62 minutes. And he said, I just want to find 11,780 votes. And si Biden, nakadaog with 11,779 votes. So si Trump gusto siya 17,780 votes to be one above Biden's margin. Grabe, no? So may lang gani ka wag yun magpada ang State Secretary. Hindi na Secretary. The challenge, Mr. President, ngiga kay wordings, the challenge, Mr. President, is that your data are wrong. Dili challenge. Magpataka raman ka. Sa'yo pa na yung data. Ano, sorry, pero in a very diplomatic word, may lawyer ganing ko, Secretary of State sa Georgia. Grabe. Okay, so thank you so much sa inyong pagkakuban ka nako diri sa atong the Benz Nightshow. It is now the 5th of January. The 5th of January 2021, and we are now on episode number 58. Episode number 58. Okay. So thank you and good night. See you tomorrow. Bye.